Hello guys, and today we're going for the moon.
Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah, I've done a few, little sim contracts that are just like testing things at the launch pad and whatnot during, the off time. And, just to, get some money so that we're not, strapped for cash when we're trying to go for the moon. But yeah, right now, we're just trying to fly by the moon. I'm going to try to go for a free return trajectory if I can. And if not, then, well, Val's going to be stuck up there for a little while because I don't know if this guy has enough fuel to, make a moonshot and, come back under its own power. It is, I'm pretty sure it's definitely powerful enough to go for a flyby, though. Considering, the performance that we got out of this. This is a modified R3. We've got one more SRB and a bit more fuel in the upper tanks, and we need to start pitching downwards a lot more. Yeah. We'll be able to... I can only bring one Science Junior, though, because, that 30-part limit, like, this guy's right at 30 parts. If I could bring any more, I would. But yeah, we're gonna jettison the boosters, and... yeah, we really... dang. Yeah, I did make a bit of a botch of this launch, but, we should be alright. We've still got a lot of fuel left in this stage. And you know what, let's just switch that over to orbit just right now. And we're gonna go for... I'm not sure how much. I couldn't have an engineer panel on here because, just every part counts. Like, if I could have one, I would, but, this thing is, really just pretty much right at the edge of what I can do. So we got Minimus in the background over there. Very nice. We've also got the Science from Space Around Kerbin contract. Because it's pretty much, we will be able to get it in this mission. Like, 100% guaranteed. And, it's an easy contract. Also, really should have been doing this on the way up, but we've got a thermometer up on there, and I chose to go for a thermometer instead of a second Science Junior because a thermometer can be used more than once. So you can get it from here. No, we can't. Just gonna grab that data real quick, just in case everything goes horribly wrong and we crash back into the surface. And we're just gonna grab Science from Space Low or for Kerbin. Alright. Yeah, so right now we're gonna start our circularization burn. And that ought to do it. Might have even started a bit early, but better to start a burn early than late, I think. So yeah, we're just gonna keep burning, man. Probably gonna, I'm just gonna cut this for when the burn is completed at circularization. Although actually, oh shit, and away we go, we're gone. Bye guys, this mission, we died. Every craft in orbit was wiped out by a mysterious force. We don't know how it happened, but it just did. But yeah, though, we're gonna have to do this a bit of the old-fashioned way because, as you might have noticed, I don't have patched conics or a orbit planner, so I'm just gonna have to eyeball it. Just gonna go accelerate to 3,000 meters per second and hope that I get into the moon's orbit. Alright, so generally, you know what, I'm going to keep going around a little bit, because generally I want this to be as circular as possible. And that'll do her. Right, you know what, we're going to drop this stage. Alright, so, now what we're going to want to do is, if the moon is at 12 o'clock, let's just focus on Kerbin. We're going to want to be at about 4 o'clock, if that makes sense. Like, you know, so, right about there is where we're going to want to start our burn. You know, this guy's got a little bit more fuel than we would need for the job, so... yeah. Yeah, honestly... nah, this couldn't land on it. There's not enough fuel for that, but... yeah. We can, moving on from this, going for a moon landing will actually, you know, be... I mean, if we just want to land a lander on there and not come back, which is probably what we're going to do for the, you know, for funds, just so that we can, upgrade the space center. It's probably what we're going to have to do, because a straight, like, you know, fully manned science lander is, you know, more parts than we can manage, but if we just go for a straight, you know, lunar lander... so now we're just gonna have to kind of hope that we hit the moon, and we don't have quick save on this, so hold up, let's just get that for space high now. You know, can I log temperature? No, I'm not a scientist, dang it. We're gonna store that up right in there, and we're gonna grab, oh nope, we can't do that because we're not scientists. We're just Val. And you know, like, I'm not an astronaut, but I'm pretty sure Val is smart enough to, you know, be able to read what looks to be just an old-fashioned mercury thermometer strapped to the side of my spaceship. Which, you know, as that text back there I think said, wouldn't really work in space. Because there's not really any material for, you know, heat to conduct through in space. And I think we probably, like right now, this is enough fuel to return from the surface of the moon, so we probably... okay, so we're in orbit. Stop, and I clicked it again. You know. But yeah, we are in orbit around the moon, so we did make it, kind of. Now, the less fortunate thing is we're in a very high orbit around the moon, and it's, you know... so what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to swing around, and just because this coming off here, this angle, is pretty close to retrograde, so I think I'm going to do is just burn down until I get, you know, a low around the moon periapsis, and then I'll just burn there. You know, I'll be around here somewhere. I'll just burn there and shoot off. And, you know, it'll save a lot on fuel for coming back to Kerbin. Alright, and I think I'm going to want to aim for... let's aim for like a... 28,000, that's plenty. Alright, now we're going to start getting science. We're going to get a crew report and an EVA report. We can't afford to get two goo sciences, because we brought two. Because, you know, unlike some other parts, mystery goo capsules still have mass. I think I've mentioned this before, so you still need to get them symmetrical. Yeah. Also, sometimes it's advisable to put them inside a service bay just so that you get a bit less drag. And you know what, I think what I said earlier isn't going to work, because we're not moving through space, and yeah. So what, instead, I think what we're going to do is we're going to burn down into a lower orbit. Yeah, because just look at that. Not taking really any fuel at all to do that. And now, right there. And that's above the surface, so we're good. What we're going to do, we're going to skim the surface, and then right here, we're just going to burn hard. Fly back to Kerbin. Splash down. You know, we're going to... Heat shield's going to get a bit of a workout, because, you know... Oh, 67 science, that is just beautiful. 21. Oh. Yeah, we're already well over 100 science for just this one trip, so... That'll enable us to... I mean, at the very least, get some more efficient, you know, parts. Like, not necessarily, you know, efficiency as in, like, ISP on our engines, but just larger fuel tanks that we can, you know, just pack it in, better. Oh no, we want to take data. And see, this always annoys me. Now, collect data requires, you know, a second click, but if I removed it, that's a one-click action. So, I mean, you can't accidentally remove data and render it, you know, unusable, but you can which, you know, if you're getting science from something, it's not like you can have two at the same time if you don't have a scientist anyway, but you can just remove it just straight up. You can just delete it, and it won't ask you twice. Like, I've had, you know, missions to, like, Duna or Jewel, where at the last second I've accidentally deleted science rather than recovering it. Ooh, I should be getting EVA reports. Yeah, that was dumb. You know, I almost want to go for a second, I almost want to go for, you know, a second pass around the moon, but I think that's just time that I don't want to spend. And, oh, look at that. That is just beautiful right there. We just got our our thumbnail right there. Yeah, it's kind of difficult because the way I have it set up, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you know, I have the thumbnail for the next video in the end screen, which basically means that I always have to have a buffer of one video. I mean, I might change that, or if, you know, I ever get up on the wire, but right now I'm doing pretty good. I've still got a backlog of videos that are going to get uploaded later on the schedule. I might increase the amount I upload, like maybe I'll add in Saturday as well, but I don't know. If any of you guys can tell me what you think on that, I'd be happy to hear it. Yeah, now we can think this is the Midlands, so, well, frickin' everywhere in the moon's the Midlands. Oh no, Highlands. So this is where the Scottish people on the moon are. And, but yeah. I mean, you know, I'm trying to, you know, stick to the schedule, and I'm doing alright. Like, I'm gonna upload these videos, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as I have been doing. And, you know, there will be, you know, the odd random video every few days, like the one you guys saw earlier. Now, I don't know, is this... No, see, the crater biomes are those guys, so I think, will I pass over one on this trip? Sorry about camera shaking around. My mouse is a little bit old, a little bit abused. It's seen better days. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get that crater, and then I'm going to burn out of here. I might have to go a little bit more towards the normal direction. Is that normal? No, I think that's, I don't know. Yeah, I know prograde and retrograde and Midlands. Oh man, I already have Midlands. Dump experiments. Not quite over the crater yet. Yeah. That's weird. I mean, I'm clearly over it, guys. You can see that, right? So I should be able to get a report. Okay, northwest crater. There we go. Yeah. So now we're just gonna, you know, speed her up real fast, and we're gonna see if this is gonna give us a crater biome, which would be just fantastic, so that we get just a little bit more science. Yeah, no, Midlands. You know what, I'll just let go so that it can actually time accelerate while I'm EVAing. Midlands. Fucking, like, that's all there is on this planet, Moon. Midlands. Like, I don't know, someone, you know, in the Kerbal Cartography department is severely lazy if they're just gonna name frickin' everything that's slightly lumpy on this planet Midlands. Like, we don't do that on Earth. We don't just say, oh, that's the, I mean, we didn't even do that for the Moon. We didn't just say, oh, that's the other, you know, lumpy spot on that planetoid that, you know, have all probably have unique features. So yeah, now, ooh, we're just gonna come in blazing fast.